means constantly walking a tightrope between blind faith and curiosity, between bias and openness, between experience and epiphany, between ambition and passion, between arrogance and conviction. In short, between an old today and a new tomorrow. With these inspiring words of Henrik Roger, Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to everyone. On behalf of the organizing committee, Department of Pharmacology, I, Dr. Vibhu Pandey, extend my warm and heartiest welcome to all of you on this event of National CME on Neurotherapeutics, clinical research and recent advances. It is indeed an immense pleasure for me to stand in front of you and welcome you all. Our Honorable Chief Guest of today's event, Vice Chancellor of Aligarh Muslim University, Professor Tariq Mansoor Sir, our respected Guest of Honor, Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Mohammad Gulrez Sir, esteemed Dean Faculty of Medicine and Principal in CMS, JNMCH, Professor Rakesh Bhargava Sir, respected Organizing Chairman, Professor Wasim Rizvi Sir, and Organizing Secretary, Dr. Jameel Ahmad Sir, to kindly grace us your presence on the dais. Once again, on behalf of the Organizing Committee and Department of Pharmacology, I would like to give our profound regards and a very warm welcome to all our esteemed dignitaries who are present with us today. As we proceed with our inaugural session, we would begin by taking blessings of most gracious and merciful, whose boundaries are unbounded, whose benevolence is everlasting, whose being is eternal, whose mercy is unlimited, whose worship is our faith, the Almighty God. I would like to call Dr. Shamir, Junior Resident from the Department of Pharmacology, for the recitation of verses from the Holy Quran.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I am going to recite Surah Hadid, verse number 20. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يعلموا أنما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو وزينة وتفاخر بينكم وتكاثر في الأموال والأولاد كمثل غيث أعجب الكفار نباته ثم يهيج فتراه مصفرا ثم يكون حطاما وفي الآخرة عذاب شديد ومغفرة من الله ورضوان وما الحياة الدنيا إلا متاع الغرور صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you, Dr. Shami, for the soulful rendition. With the blessings of God, we will now begin our inaugural session for today's CME on neurotherapeutics, clinical research, and recent advances. Neurology is emerging rapidly as a clinical discipline with new and effective therapies for major neurological disorders. So, this CME would provide us an important opportunity to reflect on the progress in the field of neurology and to learn about the new therapeutic interventions. First and foremost, may I request our multi-talented faculty member and a well-renowned gem of Department of Pharmacology who has mentored many students, touched many lives by his prodigious guidance. The organizing secretary of today's CME, respected Dr. Jameel Ahmed sir, to kindly come forward and welcome our august gathering.
Thank you, Dr. Babu. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Tariq Mansoor sir, Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Muhammad Gulriz sir, Dean Faculty of Medicine, Chairman Department of Pharmacology, Secretary Academy of Pediatric Neurology, Dr. Anup Kumar, faculty member, participant, delegates from various medical colleges, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning. On behalf of organizing committee, I welcome you all to the CME Neurotherapeutics, Clinical Research and Recent Advances. The present theme of CME Neurotherapeutics is devoted to current and emerging trends in the drug development, and its need to treat the patients having the neurological disorders. Tremendous strides have been made in the last 100 years in the medicine and pharmaceuticals. Drug discovery and development, clinical application of drug are the very important components of the pharmacology. So from the target molecule, from the identification to develop a drug, it requires over the years commitment and work, and even drugs which are effective in CNS disorders, they even take more time to develop. So there is a need to optimize the preclinical and clinical studies. Finding a lead molecule is the first step in making the drugs. And I hope Dr. Tanveer Khan, a scientist in pharmaceutics in New York, a structured drug design expert and proven track record of delivering so many high quality molecules to the world, he will be in better position to discuss the all issue related to the drug discovery. Other important aspect of the research is the ethics. Dr. Sudhir Chandra Sarangi from clinical pharmacologist, Department of Pharmacology AIMS, he will be delivering on the ethical issues arising during the clinical trials, and he will discuss what is the right of autonomy to the patient. Presence of eminent neurologists who are the cutting edge of the discipline, Professor Shefali Gulati, Chief of the Neurotherapeutics AIMS, Dr. Gaurav Kumar Mittal, Dr. Praveen Kumar from Sir Gangaram Hospital, and other resource person will deliver their talk particularly on the neuromuscular disorders and neurodegenerative diseases. So my special thanks to guest speakers who have accepted our invitation and who will deliver their talks today. CMB having good So this CME having the good amalgamation of basic researcher, a preclinical scientist from pharmaceuticals, as well as the drug prescribers. So I hope that our PG students will be sensitized the what is happening in the pharmaceutics, how we can find the lead molecule, and once we have found the lead molecule, how can we convert into the drug, and after the drug, how it can be used for the treatment of the different neurological disorders. So I must thank our inspiring and passionate senior residents and postgraduate residents for constantly helping me in converting thought into action, and I am particularly thankful to my senior colleagues of the department, and particularly Dr. Bushra Hassan Khan, who has involved all the time and getting the souvenir published. And we are honored and inspired by the presence of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor, sir. So on behalf of organizing committee, I may like to express my sincere thanks, sir, for your support, for your guidance, for your presence here today. So I once again welcome all the delegates, and I hope that you will have the comfortable and pleasant stay at Aligarh. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your insightful views with all of us today. Next, may I now request the organizing chairman of today's CME, head of the Department of Pharmacology, an excellent teacher and the most humble person, Professor Wasim Rizvi, sir, to kindly come forward and say a few words.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, sir, respected Dean, Organizing Secretary, Dr. Jameel Ahmed. Now this topic, this theme of this CME, that is neurotherapeutics, recent advances and new modalities in the treatment of various diseases related to the neurological disorders. Now this theme itself is very interesting, as it will encompass right from the drug development to the newer modalities in the treatment of various degenerative diseases. So I would credit Dr. Jameel Ahmed for picking up this topic and holding a CME on this important topic. Now we have another reason to credit this CME, that we have a panel of expert speakers right from academia to industry, like the drug development, and they will discuss the modalities in the development of newer therapeutic agents, and there will be academicians who will discuss new therapeutic modalities. So on behalf of the department, I welcome all the guest speakers, all the delegates in this CME, attending this CME, and I thank our Vice Chancellor for his continuous guidance and support. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable views with us. Next, may I now request the respected Dean, Faculty of Medicine, Principal and CMS, JNMCH, Professor Rakesh Bhargava, sir, a renowned pulmonologist, an inspiring teacher, and a great motivator, to kindly come forward and share a few words.
Thank you very much. Very good morning to all of you. Professor Tariq Mansoor, our Vice Chancellor, Professor Mohammad Guzulrez, our PVC, Chairman of Pharmacology Department, Dr. Wasim, Organizing Secretary of this event, Professor Jameel, various senior faculty of the Medical College, dear guests and dear students. A warm welcome from Deemed Faculty of Medicine as well as from Medical College to all of you. We are assembled after a long gap of 2 years for any scientific program. Obviously, during COVID, we were not able to do anything here, but I congratulate the Department of Pharmacology for organizing such a international CME on this day. As you know, the main thing is that neurotherapeutics, and they have taken the extreme of age. Either they have taken the child which population is growing, as well as they are taking the dementia as well as Alzheimer's disease in adult or other senior people, which age group is also very growing in number. So they will discuss about all, and we have a galaxy of stars who are coming right from US, Dr. Tanveer Khan Sahab, Professor Sudhir Chandra from AIMS, Dr. Gaurav Kumar Mittal, Dr. Anurag Sharma, Dr. Praveen, Dr. Shefali Gulati, and all local speakers. I welcome you all here in this medical college, the seat of learning of AMU. And I hope that this deliberation will be helpful to not only the students, but also the senior people who are present here, because this is the subject which is not freely discussed. And our medical college is also divided of the neurology department, separate neurology department. So we hope that this will grow up, and we will also start this. And I hope that the Department of Pharmacology will also do something for the drug development, as promised by the Dr. Jamil. Thank you very much for your question.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing the pearls of wisdom. Now it's time to commemorate these moments by presenting the mementos to our esteemed dignitaries. May I now request Dr. Jamil Ahmed, sir, to present the memento to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Tariq Mansoor, sir. I would like to request Professor Wasim Rizvi, sir. I would like to request Professor Wasim Rizvi, sir, to present the memento to respected Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Muhammad Gulrez, sir. I would like to request Dr. Syed Sharik Naeem, sir, to present the memento to respected Dean and Principal, Professor Rakesh Bhargava, sir. I would like to request Professor Wasim Rizvi, sir, to present the memento to respected Dr. Anup Kumar, Secretary, Academy of Pediatric Neurology, UP Chapter. Next, I would like to request a hardworking and a committed teacher, a dynamic and spirited personality with zest of continuously acquiring knowledge, and the chief editor of the souvenir cum abstract book for this national CME, Dr. Bushra Hassan Khan, ma'am, to kindly come forward and help in releasing the souvenir. Thank you so much, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, for releasing the souvenir. Thank you so much, ma'am. Next, I would like to request our guest of honor for today's CME, Pro Vice Chancellor of Aligarh Muslim University, member of International Advisory Board of Asian Review, Institute of Asian Studies. Respected Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Mohammad Gulrez sir, to kindly come forward and put across a valuable views.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Tariq Mansoor, Professor Wasim Rizvi, Organizing Chairman, Dean Faculty of Medicine, Professor Rakesh Bhargav, and the Organizing Secretary, Dr. Jamil Ahmed, distinguished delegates and participants. It's indeed an honor for me to be here at the inaugural of the Neurotherapeutics CME, which is being organized by the Department of Pharmacology. I am not a very appropriate person coming from a social sciences background to speak on the occasion. Nonetheless, the kind of problem the neurosciences has developed and the society is facing, this becomes a common problem in mass of all the people. It is reminded to me that when we discuss about UN Charter, the very first sentence says the war begins from the minds of men, and it is from the minds of men that you can prevent it. So one can understand that the study of mind, though it started from long back 5,000 years, from ancient Egypt to this day, lots of advancement have made. But with our life cycle and in the age of advancement and development, new diseases have developed, like Alzheimer's and dementia and others. They are life cycling diseases directly related to this neurological disorder. I think this is a very important conference, and in case as a student of social sciences, we look across in our Department of Psychology, we also have branches of neuropsychology, social psychology. I think it would be very appropriate in case Department of Physiology and Neurosciences in Medical College with the Department of Psychology can have a kind of an understanding. This is also a call of the new education policy that stand-alone departments or the university will not function in future. In case you have to exist, you have to do an interdisciplinary studies. I think this is the right time when the medical college may take a lead, and with the collaboration of the Department of Psychology, they can have joint working projects. So I think with these words, I once again thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I am thankful to the Vice Chancellor for gracing and coming to this very important event. And I look forward that the deliberations will be very helpful for the upcoming doctors and students. Thank you very much.
Gaining knowledge is the first step to wisdom, and sharing it with others is the first step to humanity. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind and valuable thoughts. It is indeed my honor to stand before all of you and invite our chief guest of today's event, whose contributions to the university have been unique. Thank you so much.
Vice Chancellor Professor Mohammad Gulrez, Dean Faculty of Medicine Professor Rakesh Bhargav, Chairman Department of Pharmacology Professor Wasim Rizvi, Organizing Secretary Dr. Jamil Ahmed, distinguished members of the faculty, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear students, Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all of you. Before I say something about the topic, this is very important actually, CME, because it deals with the neurological diseases, and which is such a big issue and challenge in these times. So I was just telling the chairman and the organizing secretary that it is not necessary to have the inaugural function in the beginning. You can have it before lunch or just after lunch, so that the other resource persons, they can also participate. Because I was just seeing the resource persons, there are some very distinguished persons who are on their way but they have not come. Dr. Sudhir Chand Sarangi is from the Department of Pharmacology, AIIMS, New Delhi. Dr. Gaurav Kumar Mittal, neurologist. Dr. Anurag Sharma, pediatric neurologist. Dr. Praveen Kumar, pediatric neurologist. Professor Shefali Gulati, Chief of Neurology Division, Department of Pediatrics, AIIMS. So it would have been better. Then we could have interacted with them also a little bit and could have heard what they are saying. But anyway, all the delegates, you will also have the benefit of them when they come later on and they will give their lectures. So definitely this is something which is very important, because earlier the neurological disorders were supposed to be diseases of old age. But now we are witnessing that they are occurring in younger people also. Recently, one of my family friend, he must just be 60 years or 58 years. He has developed symptoms of Parkinsonism. And he has developed 2-3 years earlier, but it was detected now because people, they don't take notice of these symptoms in the initial stages. So these diseases, whether it is Parkinsonism, Alzheimer's disease, dementia, memory loss, and other degenerative disorders, they are now increasingly occurring in the younger age population. And the age of the population is also increasing. So now we are facing a challenge of neurological disorders in relatively younger people as well as in the elderly also. So number of cases are increasing. And it is becoming a very big challenge, not only in the Western world, but also in India also. How to deal with these cases? Because ultimately they will require good nursing care. We sometimes wonder why people in the United States, they don't keep their parents, or in Europe they don't keep their parents in old age with them. It is not that they are not attached to them, but they all the time require nursing care. If you are 90 years or 85 years, 95 years, and if they are working, then who is going to take care of them in their house? So that's why they are forced to keep them in old age homes or in other facilities for the elderly. When Ronald Reagan was the president of the United States, he developed Alzheimer's when he was president. Later on it came to light. But this was hidden by his wife Nancy Reagan and by his chief of staff. For 2 years he was having early stage Alzheimer's, but they did not disclose to anybody, and they kept it very secretive. So definitely those persons who are holding responsible positions, and if they develop this memory loss and other things, then some issues will be there. So we need to do a lot of research on these diseases, to how to prevent them, how to treat them, and how to delay them. Delaying is also very important, because if you can delay them by 5 years or 10 years, then I think some issues may be solved, because everybody has to die in any case. So definitely this is a big challenge in today's world, and this will further increase. This is not going to, as the longevity will increase, as the lifespan will increase, as the lifestyle will change, all these diseases the incidence will increase in the future. We already have an interdisciplinary brain research center. This interdisciplinary brain research center was established by Professor Mehdi Hassan long time back. When I was a student at that time, it was established. And actually, electron microscope was also bought for this center, which is not here, but I think in the Department of Physics at that time. And as the Dean has, Professor Rakesh Bhargava has rightly pointed out, we are developing the super specialties. We already have, in 3 departments, we are having the DMMCH course in neurosurgery and in cardiology and in plastic surgery for a very long time. In others also we are having the super specialty units in pediatric surgery, cardiothoracic surgery, and some other endocrinology also. So I think there is an urgent need to have a separate neurology unit of qualified neurologists, not general physicians with interest in neurology, but those who have done DM neurology and who have experience in this field. Because I know so many patients I am referring who are coming for advice. I am referring them to a neurologist whom I know in Delhi and in other places, because they need a specialized care and treatment. So I think this is the need of the hour in our medical college also, that we should have a neurology unit and a qualified neurologist. And then ultimately we should have a separate department of neurology. So if we start planning, I think we will be able to accomplish this in a few years' time. But at least 1 or 2 neurologists they should be brought and appointed on the post of general medicine, so that we have the facilities for both the students as well as for the patients. So I was reading an article actually. It deals with the author whose name was Gabriel Garcia Marquez. He was one of the greatest and most celebrated writers of the 20th century. He was Nobel Prize winner of literature. I think he was from Mexico. Most celebrated writer of the 20th century. All the novels which he wrote from his memory. Memory was his raw tool. But he started having dementia in old age. So his son, who is a filmmaker, a very famous filmmaker, he wrote a book, A Farewell to Gabo and Mercedes. Gabo is Garcia and Mercedes was his wife, a son's memoir. Filmmaker Rodrigo Garcia offers us a profoundly moving account of the last day of his father, Gabriel Garcia Marquez. So this is a very wonderful book. So in this book, what is a few points which he says, that this, so I said this, that Gabriel was, all the books which he wrote was from his memory. He used his memory for all these books and he lost his memory. So how, this Mercedes was his wife for 50 years. But he forgot that she is his wife. He used to say, who is this woman who is running the house? Then his sons, they were very beloved sons. One of them who has written the book, he was not remembering his sons also. Then he read all his books when he was having dementia. But he forgot that I have written these books. He was asking who has written these books, though he was the author of all the books. So this is something which is very agonizing for any person, that to lose the memory. Physical disability is a different thing. Person can always lead a quality life with physical disabilities. But once memory loss is there and other things are there, then the quality of your life definitely diminishes, and then you also become a burden on others. The author says in this book, the inevitability of death was never in question. That person is going to die is never in question. It is the manner of dying that is the unpredictable and tricky part. That is the unpredictable, how you are going to die. If you are going to lose all your memory, you are going to have dementia, as we are observing in some of our retired teachers also. Then that is the very unpredictable and tricky part. So that's why research is very important in this field. And as I said, I repeat again, to how to delay the process, how to prevent it, and how to treat it also. So I congratulate Dr. Jameel Ahmed and Professor Wasim Rizvi and their entire team for organizing this CME, and I'm sure that the deliberations will benefit all of us. Thank you so much.
Taking these valuable suggestions forward and building on the work that has already been done. Thank you so much, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, for sharing your insightful thoughts. It definitely has been an honor to have you here with us today. It is now time to propose the vote of thanks. May I request Dr. Irfan Ahmed Khan, sir, Assistant Professor of Department of Pharmacology, a hard-working teacher and remarkably polite person, to kindly come forward and propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum and good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee. First of all, I thank the Almighty Allah for making today's CME a resounding success. I express my deepest gratitude and thank our Chief Guest and Vice Chancellor, Aligarh Muslim University, Professor Tariq Mansoor sir, who despite his busy schedule has found time to grace this occasion. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation. And great honor and privilege to Professor Tariq Mansoor sir, who despite his busy schedule has found time to grace this occasion. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and for being with us this morning. Your words of wisdom have radiated a source of energy within us. Your continuous support and able guidance has always encouraged us. From the depth of my heart, I thank our guest of honor, Pro Vice Chancellor, Aligarh Muslim University, Professor Mohammad Gulrez sir. Your presence and your words are source of encouragement for all of us. Thank you so much, sir. I sincerely thank Dean Faculty of Medicine and Principal and CMS JN Medical College and Hospital, Professor Rakesh Bhargav sir. Your guidance and unstinted support towards this CME has meant a lot. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation to the distinguished speakers for accepting our invitation and traveling from different parts of the country to reach over here. I am sure that the deliberations will benefit all the participants. I hope for your pleasant stay here at Aligarh Muslim University. I thank all the faculty members, residents, students, and other dignitaries for gracing this occasion. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. It requires meticulous planning and execution. I owe special thanks to the energetic and the dynamic members of the organizing committee, especially organizing chairman, Professor Wasim Rizvi sir, and the organizing secretary, Dr. Jameel Ahmed sir. Professor Wasim Rizvi sir is hardworking and a great team leader. He helped us with all our tasks without even batting an eye, and for that we are so grateful. We feel privileged to work under your leadership, and we thank for your support and advice. Dr. Jameel Ahmed sir needs no introduction. He is not only popular among the students of this faculty, but in the entire campus. His enthusiasm to work inspires us all. He is always available to work with a smile, and despite his all engagements, he has made sincere efforts to make this CME happen. I extend my deepest gratitude to all the teaching and the non-teaching members of the Department of Pharmacology and our volunteers who have worked hard to ensure that this CME becomes a memorable one. I thank everyone for extending their willingness to undertake the responsibilities for making this event a success. A special thanks to the Secretary of the Academy of Pediatric Neurology, UP chapter, Mr. Anup Kumar, for his support and association with this event. I also extend my thanks to the staff members of the Dean and the Principal's Office and the members of the audiovisual section for providing us with all the logistic supports towards organizing this event. I would also like to thank PRO Mr. Omar Salim Pirzada, APRO Mr. Zishan, and the members of the media for their interest in covering this event. I thank everyone whose contribution has made this CME a successful one. Thanks Dr. Vibhu Pandey for comparing the event. Last but not the least, the most important person of this CME are the delegates. I thank all the delegates from the bottom of my heart for their interest and their participation in making this CME a resounding success. Once again, I thank you all for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would request the audio-visual technical team to present the Tarana of our university, followed by the national anthem.
Yeah. सोज यहाँ और सारे जहाँ का साज यहाँ। ज़र्रात का बोसा लेने को सौ बार झुका आकाश यहाँ। ज़र्रात का बोसा लेने को सौ बार झुका आकाश यहाँ। खुद आँख से हमने देखी है बातिल की शिकस्ते फाश यहाँ। खुद आँख से हमने देखी है बातिल की शिकस्ते फाश यहाँ। ये मेरा चमन है मेरा चमन, मैं अपने चमन का बुलबुल हूँ। ये मेरा चमन, ये मेरा चमन, ये मेरा चमन है मेरा चमन, मैं अपने चमन का बुलबुल हूँ। जो अब यहाँ से उठेगा वो सारे जहाँ पर बरसेगा, हर झूठे वहाँ पर बरसेगा, हर कोई गिरा पर बरसेगा, हर सर्व समन पर बरसेगा, हर दस्त दमन पर बरसेगा, खुद अपने चमन पर बरसेगा, लहरों के चमन पर बरसेगा, हर शहर तरफ पर गरजेगा, हर कसरे तरफ पर खड़केगा। ये अब्र हमेशा बरसा है, ये अब्र हमेशा बरसेगा, ये अब्र हमेशा बरसा है, ये अब्र हमेशा बरसेगा, ये अब्र हमेशा बरसा है, ये अब्र हमेशा बरसेगा, बरसेगा बरसेगा बरसेगा। जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Now it's time to take a pause for high tea. We will shortly begin our scientific session with our respected speakers and guests after 30 minutes. I will request my colleagues from Food Committee to guide our esteemed dignitaries, respected speakers and delegates regarding the arrangements.